how do you kind of your process follow? Let's just talk on the sales side. So lead comes in. Can you kind of walk through step by step? What is that process that you guys typically follow?
Unfortunately, that's going to differ from lead source to lead source. But a lot of the appointments that we actually set up, I would say like our highest converting leads are going to be the ones that actually pick up the phone and call us, right? So when they call us, typically that call will get answered by one of the people that are actually manning the phones. They'll call in, it'll go to my primary, then it'll go to the next person, then it'll go to the next person, then it'll go to, unfortunately, me. If like I'm the fourth person in line, and if I don't pick up, it goes to ProLine's AI agent. That has kind of come in clutch, especially like after hours calls for us. Essentially, we want to avoid a lot of these satellite quote requests that we get. We want to get up on the roof. We want to get eyes on the roof. We want to give them as close to an exact price as we possibly can. And if we're not getting to meet with somebody, or it's a home that basically they're considering buying and they want to actually get a good roof on it, we're not just emailing that quote off to people. Like ultimately, that phone call should result in an on-site inspection where we actually get to meet the person that's actually making the decision about that project. If we can't do that, we're going to set up a phone call or a virtual meeting where we actually get to meet them virtually over a computer, and then we're going to send that off to them after the quote is ready to get sent to them. But on an in-person inspection, we're going to send that to them day of the appointment while we're right there at the kitchen table. We're not sending it to them before we actually walk in or anything like that. We're going over it with them, because the problem with sending it to them right away is they're going to scroll down past all the important stuff and just look at the price. And if people are just looking at the price, they can get that using our instant quote tool, get an idea of like what things are going to cost. End of the day, nobody's really going to know how much things are going to cost until, we actually get up there, start tearing things off. And like perfect job is the ones that have no change orders.
Yeah.
That is also a very rare occurrence where we don't run into anything that was unforeseen. And then as far as follow-ups go and things like that, I just recently made a huge change to our follow-up campaigns where we take a bit more of like an Alex Hormozy style with people, where we prompt them.
These are your automations in ProLine, right?
Yeah. So after we send a quote, I have tasks set up like where they're calling. They shouldn't be leaving that appointment though without a signed contract. And if they don't have a signed contract, like we're not pushy, but if they don't have a signed contract whenever they leave that appointment, they are supposed to have like a scheduled follow-up appointment set with that homeowner after they find out, well, like, all right, when are you going to make a decision? Who else are you meeting with? When would be a good time to call and kind of discuss things, right? They should always be setting that up every single time. But the automations that we have that go out through email and text, they're awesome, man. And it really just prompts people to respond with a number or a letter or a single word reply. Something that's easy for them. And it gives us a method to kind of carry on a conversation with what they respond about. So that's been pretty darn good for us. Another one that I've introduced, I can't give away one of the ideas because it was actually from another ProLine member here, Zach Brown, but it was pretty smart. So I was like, dude, I'm going to steal that from you. He's like, why do you think I'm telling you, dude? But what I do is after a week, I'll send a message from the owner, like just asking them like, hey, how was your experience with sales rep?
Oh, so you have the sales rep and then a message from you.
Yeah. It comes from a completely separate number, completely separate email address. It really just prompts them to tell me what it's going to take to get them across the finish line and sign up with us.
Yeah.
That automation alone has probably the highest open rate and the highest response rate of anything else that I've implemented. So if anybody takes anything from this, definitely implement that one.
Well, you got to be using ProLine automation.
Unless you're in Tampa, you don't want to do it out there.